Great uprising, greetings. Again, give thanks and praise to the Most High. Give thanks and praise to the mystic laws of the universe and its protective functions and forces in nature that guide our thoughts and our path in all ways that are lawful, correct, and positive. We do give thanks and praise. I man love the law, or the concept of law, or the idea of law, or the whole contextual surrounding that constitute law. Love it, man. It's a fraud by fiction of law. Jamaica's unconstitutional compulsory road traffic act. Why am I say it that way? Because slavery has been outlawed, so under no circumstance you should be compelled to do absolutely nothing at all against your will. So the moment I man commit an act against my will, it's not my actions. Can't take responsibility for it anymore. So what's the maxims of law? Maxim, an established principle or proposition slash offer, because proposition is an offer. Principle of law universally admitted as being just and consonant slash consistent with reason. So I like when I say all the word reason there, because the moment you have to reason, you have to have the capacity to think. Yeah, so no fool can have an opinion, and no fool can engage in any kind of reasoning that would be considered, logical, only because he's a fool. And when we talk about opinion, people will get them feelings about opinion and philosophy and all kind of craziness, when the verb of opinion only means to think, and the noun break down to the very same thing. Ideas are a concept where you conceive within your mind an opinion, and when you go to court, where you think that the judge them do, they always give an opinion. But people miss that in order to attack the messenger, because them probably have issues with the very facts were grassroots. Yeah, man. Unspoiled, untainted out there. Yeah, man. Never go bow out round there or sell out anything for nothing at all. Some more time than we always say, why him and not us? It's all about the choices we once choose to make, and then the actions we once choose to implement out there. That's it. Every man have the right to decide his own destiny. Truly, every man have that right. Now, maxims in law are somewhat like axioms in geometry. Number one, maxims in law are principles and authorities and part of the general customs or optional common law of the land, and are of the same strength as acts of parliament when the judge have determined what is a maxim, which belongs to the judges and not the jury. Who can comprehend that? Because the judge will never question the facts, and the jury will never question the law. Yeah, man. Maxims of law are holding for law, and all other cases that may be applied to them shall be taken for granted, or to accept or assume without question. The application of the maxims to the case before the court is generally the only difficulty. The true method of making the application is to ascertain how the maxim arose, and to consider whether the case to which it is applied is of the same character, or whether it is an exception or exemption to an apparent or an apparently general rule. Anytime I say the word general, you just put a question mark, because the only deceiver deals in generalities. Now, what's A? Two separate and distinct systems are mentioned: general customs or common law of the land. B. Customs is a traditional and widely accepted way of behaving or doing something that is specific to a particular society, place, or time. So that is custom without adding general to it. The moment you add general custom, then it's changed. Generality. A deceiver deals in generalities, general customs, which are statements or principles having general rather than specific validity or force. This is why we ask for specificity. Be specific. Who are you? Present your credentials on the record for inspection. These things are, basic. Common law. The practice of English law that is derived from custom or judicial precedent rather than statutes. Common law is often contrasted or in opposition with statutory law. This is why we say statutory rules and regulations are legal standards, guys, are alternatively used as rules and regulations. They are not law. Far removed from it. These are just legal standards created by whatever agency or political community or specific society. This is why I say, boy, we have to comprehend the earth is here. A man gloss their intent over the earth and then impose their intent upon all the people. So the ones that mafia, try reach a much higher level in a meditative state. So them can see not just the trees, them can see the whole forest. Yeah, man. So it's in a fiction of law, equity always subsists. So, we just put together some basic information for you, try share it out there for say, boy. If we're outside the law, then the place are going to remain chaotic. Yeah, man, and if you, hide the truth of lawful information from the people, then the people are going to remain being lawless, being outlaws. And why is the system perpetrating that kind of energy? Because the system itself is out of order. This is why them say the earth is out of course. Yeah, because it seems like the earth has been given unto the hand of the wicked out there. Simple. Court and judges. In the delivery of writing, meaning written instrument or document, not what is said, but what is done is to be considered. And more time you go in a court and a bag of talking, yip, but if you kind of smart enough to write your complaint or counterclaim or claim or whatever you write and place it on that court record, then what is written is what is to be considered, irrespective of what is being said within the court. However, when you're in a lawless society with lawless people, you have to truly stand up on truth, on the foundation of truth. Yeah, man. Because the lawless ones out there, they're running amok only because the people avoid certain information. And you now can depend on an attorney to present you with this kind of information. Enough of them have to come to class, come learn from us. Same way. Court, a tribunal presided over by a judge, judges, or a magistrate in civil and criminal cases. Judge, a public official appointed to decide cases in a court of law. Which one of the law then? The only law that is there is a constitutional law. All other, once it's contrary to that, is void. So you see the Road Traffic Act, void, null and void. Yeah, because it's contrary to law when some little unread policy enforcer are going to try to compel you to get out your car and present license and all of these things. These people need to start going into court and paying some money, losing their work, and getting embarrassed. And we don't talk about the regular folk, we want to talk about the Police Service Commission, these head honchos were know better, but now educate their employees properly. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's the judge, a public official appointed to decide cases in a court of law or to form an opinion, conjecture, or conclusion about whatever. So here you go with the word opinion again for the people and will feel like you have to stay silent and you have to think for yourself and speak for yourself and have your own views. Here is the word opinion. And judges who have to bow down and lord over do make opinions. So why can't we make opinions? Every man is entitled. So we have to just, go easy out there and give thanks. C, reason, a cause, explanation, or justification for an action or event. Or the power of the mind to think, understand, and form judgment by a process of logic. Now I said this is a reason for placing written documents on the court for the record. Again, not what is said, but what is done is to be considered. Statutory administrative hearing examiners usually try to solicit a guilty or not guilty plea from the accused to initiate their statutory legal process, which is contrary to the common law of the land, which states that an accused is innocent until proven guilty. No plea soliciting or witness tampering by justices, court officers, or statutory administrative hearing examiners. And was a plea, a formal statement in writing by or on behalf of an accused, a defendant, or a prisoner stating guilt or innocence in response to a charge, offering an allegation of facts, or claiming that a point of law should apply. Points of law: the question that must be answered by applying relevant principles and authorities as maxims to the interpretation of the law. And point of law it's not really law, it's just a questioning. Allegations, a claim of an unproven fact by a party in a pleading, charge, or defense until the allegations can be proved. Allegations remain merely assertions. This is why the police can assert that I need to lie, so registrate, insure, bow down, prostrate, and do all kind of things, sing and dance for their political leader. No such thing. All men have a right to decide their own destiny. No police officer can decide your destiny for you. No political man or woman as politicians can choose to tell us embrace a rainbow flag or the rainbow setting. Them can't do that. No man have no authority to impose their will upon the next man. And when man persists that way, then it shall be sudden destruction. That's how these things go. So point of law are just the questioning, and allegation are unproven facts, just assertion, mere assertion. Yeah, man. And assertion is a confident and forceful statement of fact or belief. And belief fall right in line with opinion. Number 3, deed and bond. A deed or bond found with the debtor is presumed to be paid. Hear that? Any deed or bond found with a debtor is presumed to be paid. Now, what is a deed? Deed is an action that is performed intentionally or consciously, or a legal document that is signed and delivered, especially one regarding the ownership of property or legal rights. It's what is a bond? A bond is an agreement with legal force. And then we touch upon birth certificate, or the birth registration form is a deed issued by the state upon bond paper, making it a bond, a bonded deed, in possession of the debtor as older in due course, because the debtor have it in his possession, is presumed paid. Hence, all debts are prepaid, presumptively, until rebutted by the state authority. Why we not challenge these people this way? Why are we so afraid? So it goes to natural equity or good faith do not allow us to demand twice the payment of the same thing. So these are all maxims of law may I use and I share information. Yeah, man, and this is the Jamaica Constitution as amended, where it has said the state has an obligation to promote universal respect for and observance of human rights and freedom. It said all persons in Jamaica are entitled to preserve for themselves and future generations the fundamental rights and freedom to which they are entitled by virtue of their inherent dignity as persons. Notice them as a people or man or women, you know what I mean? Them I use a word like this, persons. When you say all the S to it, it have legal connotation. Person break down originally to persona, which is an actor's mask. This is why most people take issue with these words. Anyway, all persons are under the responsibility to protect and uphold the rights of others recognized in this chapter. The following provision of this chapter shall have effect for the purpose of affording protection to the rights and freedom of the person as set out in those provisions. This is why I'm telling us, say, the provisions, that's what I'm removed from the Road Traffic Act. When them remove the motor vehicle, commercial motor vehicle regulation and motor vehicle regulation, they remove these information, because within that body of information, in the 1938 Road Traffic Act, yeah, so the exemption or the exception or where the provision is for people when I choose to engage in them commercial arena. And when you're outside their commercial arena, they have no authority, control, or what is known as jurisdiction. This is why later when I present a document with a $1 million claim against the old senior sergeant of police, all when him retire, him gonna have children because them estate will always be there. Them birth certificate, it not stop work. It's never closed down, all when you're dead it have use. This is why I tell you, when you work for 100 years and retire, them ask you for your birth certificate before you can get any kind of pension or dividends. Before you can, settle any kind of issues where you have out there. And when you're gone, your family have to present it. Anyway, hold on a second. Yeah, give thanks and praise. Yes, boy, I should have just call it a day right here, so, give thanks for the day, man. I always talk about this rights what we have as a people, and, you can't even give them rights your way, them will trick you. Them will always trick you. Yeah, man. All persons are under the responsibility to respect and uphold the rights of others recognized in this chapter. The following provision, this is what me I say now. If we have all of these rights, what's going on? How you cannot walk or a drive or a go down the road and police officer can see you? Him not suspect you of no criminal activity, no criminal conduct, or him not suspect no crime. You know what I mean? So there is no probable cause for him to interfere with your freedom of movement. However, them just do what them want and bully the people. How long will the people accept these things? I'm quite sure it's going to change, and it's going to change dramatically, drastically, and not for the better. It have to get worse before it become better. When we have an opportunity to express and exercise law out there, we choose to reject that and I try maintain commercial policy in order to enrich these politicians and their principles, while the people suffer. Yeah, man. To the detriment of the inhabitants of this supercontinental island known as Jamaica. There is no excuse anymore. People have to just choose to stand up for what is right, what is good, what is upful, and what is wholesome. I always go over these rights. Yeah, but show me kind of break off for the energy. I'm glad me touch upon this thing, yeah. I'm not even gonna move too far. See, they're way up in the 27 minutes already. But we can deduce for ourselves that the earth is out of course, because what is good is now being viewed as evil, and all that is evil is now being promoted as good. So yes, the earth is out of course. When we're up on an island where we have laws on the books about certain unnatural conduct amongst man or humans, and we say the very lawmakers turn a blind eye to these specific laws. In fact, you have the very same for funky type of people where them now are write laws. How? Are them very same ones where have them own issues and make policies for people when are in their community or that is not their peers. This is why we know the earth is out of course, people. Yeah, man. But we have to give thanks when we have a platform like this where we can express ourselves, and call it therapy and call it philosophy. Yeah. From a grassroots perspective. Yeah, man. Grassroots viewpoint. Yeah. Grassroots point of view. do give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator of nature. Fire burn. For them Dionysus. Faith God. Burn them out there. What them do is present, for them doctrine and impose it upon all of us, when before we all have our own, say, faith-based practice, our spiritual belief system. So with this demonic guy, Constantine, irrespective of its form, the ideology what them bring forward, what dethrone the Judaism, or I say Judaism, meaning you, pronouncing you. So when I say no J and no Y, because we have say ancient C. It's like we have Hebrew people now, where them profess as if them are the most holiest of holies, yet their religious faith-based system or practice, which is Judaism, was established while they were in exile, and after they were in exile, where they would have to look forward to that monotheistic principle, because it's always been paganic over there. So when someone's profess and act like, we just look upon them like it's just a regular church with a big congregation, and all them do is just switch up words and profess as if, without a bring, clarification, without a talk about being free. If the earth is out of course and the Most High pollute and corrupt most of everything, God have to ordained by the Most High, because of how we as man have carry and conduct ourselves. So if all like it spoil, then that's why I'm saying burn some of them prophet, man, and burn some of them preacher, man, and burn them out. Because them all come in front here and purport themselves as good, when in fact, they are the devil from the pit or wherever hell is. So these are the people where them put up in a societies as divas for the common people where have low IQ worship. Yeah, man. While the truth the earth, and most are gonna miss it. Because them will always miss it, but promote the illicit. So information share out there. Stay bold and brave out there. And take it step by step. Yeah, man. Maxims of law. Yeah, the very same strength as any act of Congress. So we have to apply ourselves and take it step by step. If we don't have the knowledge or the information to improve and become better, we will never, ever rise from this base level. You know what I mean? And at least a step into the basic world. Step by step, free people. The brave may fall but never yield. And we say bold and brave, firm and strong. Give thanks out there. All of a sudden, everybody come legal analysis. Them don't know nothing about law, And them don't realize that all of what them see in front of them is bare legalities. Yeah. Far removed from law. But how can we know when we've never been taught? So it go step by step. Salute, free people. Salute.